Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'll be talking to you about arrays. So, for those of you that don't know, an array is basically a series of any object that you want. It could be a string, an int, it could be a tool, it could be a form, a custom class that you create, so you can have arrays of basically anything. So, let me illustrate when we would need to use an array. Let's suppose I want to save uh, the names that I write in this text box in a list, and by the end of it I want to display all the names that I wrote. So let's do something without using an array first. Let's create just double click the save button, and let's say that I want to save three names. So name 1, string name 2, string name 3. I'm sticking with string because it's a little bit easier to demonstrate that to you. So, and we need the count, which is going to be an int. Count equals 0, and every time we click the button, we are going to increase the count by 1, which just the count plus equals 1. And we need to say if we're not going to use if we're going to use this, we are going to use a switch passing the count, and we say case 1. We say that name 1 equals textbox.text, and we're going to break to leave the switch. Let me just copy this 2 times. It's a little bit fast, so it doesn't take a lot of time. So you can see it's okay. It will work, but you'll see why. I guess that you already see the problem in this. If you want, I don't know, 100 names, it's practically impossible to. You could do that programmatically. So, and after we save the text from the text box in the variable, we are going to erase what's in the text box so we can write something else. And in the show names, we could just say messagebox.show, and we say name1 plus backslash n, which will break the line. And I can just, again, you can probably imagine why we would need to use an array or some type of list, because if you have a large amount of variables, it will become impossible to do so. If we run this now, it will work like, I don't know, let's just add some names. And if I press show names, you'll see that it's working. I mean, it's okay, it's easy to do, it's just a lot of work. So we could use an array to do how many names that we want with less code than that. So let's just erase this, and to declare an array, we just say the type of array we want, which is going to be a string, and we say brackets, and now we say the name of our array, which is going to be names, and we need to instantiate this array. So equals new string brackets, and we need to say the size of the array we want. So let's say 5, for instance. So that's it. That's our array. It's done. All we need to do is add the names to it. So let's erase this. And one thing you need to know about arrays is that it works with indexes, but it starts with index 0. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and ends there, which is 5 elements. It always starts with 0. That's something you need to have in mind. So all we need to do is to add something to the arrays. Call our array, we say brackets, and we need to say in which index we are going to work with, which is going to be the 0 because it's the first one. whoops. So names brackets count, which is 0 by default, equals textbox1 dot text. Now we need to increase our count, so count plus equals 1, and we erase what's in the text box. Now to display it, it's easy as well. First we will create some type of variable to get all the text of all the names, something like all names equals, I don't know, empty, and we'll create a simple loop for int x equals 0, x less than what's my names dot length, which will get the length of the array, which is 5, and x plus plus. And all we do here is all names equals names brackets x, which is the variable that we are going to increase in this loop, plus backslash n to break the line. And we just say message box dot show all names. You see how less of code that is. And let me first show you something like here, just to show you that it's already working. So I just run this and it wasn't displaying the names properly. That's because I forgot to add the plus sign before equals. So it was just adding the last name to my all name string. So now it will add the current name of the index to what's already in the string. So if we run this now and we save the names, and we show it, then we'll be able to see everything, and you can see how easier that is. I mean, it's more organized, and you can see that we had some empty spaces in the message box. That's because we are also adding the empty spaces in our string. So to fix that, we just create a simple condition here: if names in the x position is different than null, and hang on a minute, sorry about that, and if names is different than empty, then I'm going to add the name to the all names string. So, and you have in mind that if you want to add more names than your string size, you just increase the size, simple like that. You can't change your string size, your array size in the middle of compilation, so you also have to be careful with the size that you choose. So now if we run this, if you saved Apple, it will display the names without the empty spaces. Let me show you. Simple like that. So that's fairly simple, guys. Maybe sometime I'll do something more elaborate, using classes in a array. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, just ask me. See you guys next time.